Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm very thankful to the faculty of NUST, particularly the VCs and the organizer of the seminar. They have invited me to have some sort of a discussion with some people. Because whenever I go, it's my duty to engage the younger generation. Because the younger generation is a harbinger of the positive change in any society, particularly the society like ours. Today the topic which has been assigned to me and which is a part of my duty, that complex financial crimes and cyber crimes also. I am now heading the FIA. To start with, I will characterize or define the society where we are functioning, where we are subjected to operationalize our laws. So that is very important and very critical, that which domain where we are functioning, what it is. The society, there are some positives of the society and there are some negatives of the society. One of the positives of the society is that it mainly consists of more than 70% consists of younger generation youth. Youth being a harbinger of the positive change, they are very vibrant. I will quote the two examples where our society has come up with the success stories in the recent past. Number one is the counter-terrorism efforts by our society. The terrorism has been contained to larger extent, and maybe remnants of the terrorism may be there, but overall the terrorism has been contained. Number two is the dealing of the society with the pandemic, let's say corona pandemic. These two templates, they are so typical, so successful, that even a world at large, they are replicating it and very appreciative of our efforts, particularly in the recent past of these two campaigns made by society, obviously. Besides the positives, there are so many negatives also in society. Not, I will say, overall society, but the atmosphere where we are living, where we are functional. Number one is we are living in a post-truth era. It is a generalized in a global stage, including ourselves. What do we mean by post-truth era? Post-truth era is mainly, this is a new phenomenon. It is mainly based upon the emotions, not upon the facts. So this is the world of post-truth where we are living. And number two is the fifth generation warfare. What does it mean? It means that circumstances are very uncertain. Perceptions are more important than realities. And what you call it a fake news, based on emotions, prejudices, they are more important, perceived to be more important than the actual facts and actual objectivity of any facts. The next is the polarization in the society. Our society is polarized on so many accounts. Because of the diversity of nature in a society, it may be positive that we are diverse societies, but there are negatives attached to the diversity. The last one, but not the least, there are so many centrifugal forces and centripetal forces in any society. So this is also a challenge. Sometimes centrifugal forces are important and becomes powerful. Sometimes centrifugal forces are important and become more powerful. So now coming to the my role in FIA or FIA's role in a society. FIA was established in 1974 in this form, in this shape. It deals with the federal laws. What do you mean by federal laws? In a simplistic terms, from anti-smuggling across the border, from visa regimes, corruption, overseas corruption, money laundering, and finally the cyberspace. FIA is the only legitimate agency to investigate the cyber crimes. Now I will talk about the resources because we must know the resources vis-a-vis challenges. Approximately in FIA in entire Pakistan, human resources approximately 6,500 people. And how much the challenge is, quantum of the challenge is very huge. Daily I receive 500 complaints. It's a DG office. And down below, at zonal level, in every provincial headquarters, they receive so many complaints. We receive complaints from the government departments. We receive complaints from individuals, from even companies. So many complaints are being received. If I quote the example of cybercrime in the last year, 2021, we received 1 lakh complaints. Last to last year, means 20, we received more than 58,000 complaints. So the challenge is very huge. But when we see the resources, they are very meager. Meager in the sense that I have told the human resource, technological resource is very, very meager. We have only 5 labs in entire Pakistan for cybercrime, in one each in the provincial headquarters. Because of meager resources, we have adopted the policy of prioritization. We work on priority. So we have prioritized our areas. Number 1 may FATF, cybercrime, mega corruption cases, and automation for the better delivery and accountability and efficiency. We have embarked upon the reforms agenda. It includes the legal reforms, human resource reforms, and IT-based solutions. Now I will come to the focused areas. Focus area is mainly the FATF. Among the FATF, we succeeded in achieving the targets approximately to the 100% level. That includes complex cases, stand-alone cases, and legal persons. What do you mean by legal person? Legal means these companies. One is natural person, other is legal person. These are two legal terms. A natural person, you and me, human beings. And the legal person means the companies, institutions. They are dubbed as this legal person. And the foreign proceeds and case studies. In all these cases, we have achieved the targets. And the next one is foreign cooperation. So far as FIA is concerned, so far these all items are concerned, foreign cooperation is of critical importance. Because we live in an age of globalization. That's why this foreign cooperation is very important. We are interacting with the foreign law enforcement agency through Interpol, through mutual legal assistance programs, and finally, we have also some connection with foreign entities through finance ministry, through foreign monitoring units. Now I will come to this cyberspace issue. As I have told you that the quantum is very, very huge. But because of the challenge and the resource deficit, we have succeeded in convicting though conviction is very low in the modern day terms, but still, because of resource deficit, we have succeeded in convicting in the last year 38 cases. And it is also important for you people, for the audience, that how you will access to the FIA, because being a legitimate agency, nobody can investigate the cybercrime except the FIA. So there are two, three methods to access the FIA. Number one is email. Anybody can email to the FIA in the regional headquarters. Number two is even a walk-in. Anybody can walk into the FIA offices. Number third is correspondence. This is what you call it, a doc. So these two, three methods are available for any agreed person to go to the FIA offices. Here also the international cooperation is very, very important, because do you know, all servers, they are located in overseas, particularly in the USA. But we don't have any mutual legal assistance agreement with the USA. We only interact with these media giants through Interpol or through bilateral, not I will call an agreement, but bilateral cooperation, informal cooperation between the two, FIA and the supposedly FBI, police of the USA, or even with these companies like Facebook, Twitter. Sometimes these companies do respond, sometimes they will not. The maximum response is from the Facebook, but the complaints are mainly from the Facebook. So that's why the response is bigger than in comparison to the other media giants. So far, other media giants are concerned, like Twitter, like other WhatsApp, the response is very, very poor. So we are struggling to deal with these cases, because the retrieval of the data from these media forums is critically important for prosecution or convicting these people. So now government are thinking about creating the stakes of these media giants into the Pakistan, where we can enforce the law forcefully. Like other countries, they have created their business stakes and they have rather installed their own servers, and it will be easier for law enforcement agencies to enforce the law. I will not call it coercing the law, but rather enforcing the law on these companies. So this is one of the tools we are now employing, and government is thinking of creating stakes of these companies into the Pakistan. Number two, now what we are thinking forward, because you see, everything is now shifting towards cyberspace, everything. More so because of the pandemic, governance is shifted to cyberspace, business has been shifted to cyberspace. Even most of the complaints we receive are from the students. So majority of the complaints are from the students. Therefore, we have to look into and explore the options of how to deal with this cyberspace crimes. Even now, we are being challenged by this issue of virtual currency and cyberspace, cyber attacks. These are the two challenges we have now navigating and exploring some solutions to these two challenges. Number one, we are taking steps to make an awakening about this cyberspace, because somebody knows that these things in cyberspace is a crime or forbidden. Somebody doesn't know. I will give an example. Supposedly somebody has a child pornography photos or videos installed on WhatsApp groups. Somebody knows it, somebody doesn't know it. This is a crime. This is a crime. So that's why we have to educate and guide the younger generation in particular and population at large. What is a cyber crime? What are the things which are forbidden and what are the things which are not forbidden and permissible in the cyberspace? This is important. Number two, we have trying to sign more memorandum of understanding with the universities, including the NUST, because government of Pakistan has spotted 7 universities where this development and research programs has been initiated, funded by HSC for computer innovations and discoveries, because we should not be dependent upon extraterritorial solutions beyond Pakistan. We need an indigenous solutions within the territorial jurisdiction of Pakistan. So that's why these memorandum of understanding research programs done in the universities like NUST, they are of critical importance. And we are coordinating, and our efforts are being complemented and supplemented by these universities. So this is also important. Number two, rule of law and fair trial. They are also important in the sense that people should not be coerced. There may be so many perceptions that law enforcement agencies are coercing the people, pressurizing the people. The element of coercion should not be there. Law should apply to everybody equally, irrespective of caste, color, and creed, and even a politicization and polarization in a society. We are ensuring this thing also, that there must be a rule of law within our own organization and application of the rule and regulation and law to the entire entire population of Pakistan. And we are particularly trying to focus upon the crimes against women and the children and minorities, because these are the segment of the society, are marginalized segment of the society. They need a more positive discrimination and they need more support, social support from the law enforcement agencies. As I have told you that these two challenges are important, virtual currency and cyber attacks. So far as virtual currency is concerned, we are only investigating the fraud, particularly in Karachi. We have nothing to do. It is for these legislatures to decide the legitimacy and illegitimacy of virtual currency. Though the blockchain technology is being used by only 2 banks, Alphala and I don't know the other, it has been allowed by the State Bank of Pakistan to use this blockchain technology for the remittances. So the State of Bank of Pakistan has banned the banks to deal into virtual currency. These are the only two circulars issued by the Bank of Pakistan. Though the State Bank of Pakistan has opposed the introduction of virtual currency on some grounds, keeping in view the pros and cons, but the state of Pakistan, government of Pakistan has to decide whether this is legitimate, allowed or not allowed. This is for the policy maker to decide this. But so far as FIA is concerned, we have to implement the law on the land and the policy by the government of Pakistan. So only till today, we are only investigating the fraud aspect, which allegedly has been committed in this cyberspace so far as virtual currency is concerned. The cyber attacks, and this is a mega crimes. In the recent past, they had happened into the State Bank of Pakistan, National Bank of Pakistan, and the FBR. So we are investigating these crimes, but our capacity is limited. We have made a task force, joint investigation teams. All intelligence agencies and UNIST, experts of the UNIST are included into the teams to navigate into exploring the options of investigating these crimes and coming to some successful conclusion and arresting those people who has try to commit these crimes. So this was just some sort of my own talk with you people. Now I will invite you people, if you have some sort of any question or queries, I will be more than happy to respond to your queries. Thank you very much, sir.